Different methods are available for stability analysis. So there are Routh-Hurwitz criterion. This is an algebraic method in S domain, that is frequency domain. Next, graphical methods are also there. So there are Routh-Lucas in time domain and also in the frequency domain, Nyquist plot as well as Bode plot. In these three methods, we can plot the graph and locate the roots that obtained from the transfer function, and we are going to find out the stability of the system. But in the RH criteria or Routh-Hurwitz criteria, we are using algebraic method. Using simplification of polynomials and making use of the roots, we are going to find out the stability of the system in S domain. So what is Routh's stability criteria? There are some certain conditions in order to solve the problems or find out the system is stable or not. So certain necessary conditions for the system to be stable are: none of the coefficients of the characteristic equation should be missing or zero. So if you are considering you know already what is characteristic equation, that is if we consider any transfer function, so the denominator polynomial must be equal to 0. That is called as transfer function. That is, denominator term is equal to 0. The order of the equation can be anything, 2, 3, 4, 5, anything. So we can solve this. And in the first condition, none of the coefficients of the characteristic equation. For example, if we consider ax square plus bx plus c, so then a and b and c are the coefficients of the polynomial. So let us see, ax square plus bx plus c equal to 0. If we consider this equation as a characteristic equation, then the coefficients are a, b and c. These are the coefficients and no coefficient must be missing. Here x bar 0 is there, x bar 0 coefficient is c, x bar 1 coefficient is b, x bar 2 coefficient is a. So you need to include all the coefficients in the same order, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So in same order, none of the coefficients should be missing. Every coefficient of the given polynomial must be present. So next is, all the coefficients should be real and should have the same sign. If they are positive, means all the coefficients must be positive. Here in this case, a, b, c all are positive and real. So all the coefficients of the given characteristic equation must be positive or with the same sign. There should not be any sign changes. Next, these conditions are not sufficient and some more sufficient conditions are there in order to obey this Routh stability criteria. Those sufficient conditions for the system to be stable are: each entry of the first column of Routh array must be positive. So we are going to create an array, Routh's array. So in the first column, all the entries in the first column must be positive. Always the first coefficient in the first column must be positive. If there are many sign changes, if there are any sign changes exist, then that system is unstable. We can call that system as unstable. It may, for example, one coefficient is positive and another coefficient is negative. Then that system will be unstable. And also the total number of sign changes in the first column will be equal to the total number of roots present in the right half of the S-plane. So if the roots are present on the right half of the S-plane is nothing but it is unstable. So no root should be present in the right half of the S-plane. So how many number of sign changes you will get in the first column, that is equal to the total number of roots present on the right half of the S-plane. Next, how we are going to construct the Routh array? So let us see that we need to consider first the characteristic equation and consider the coefficient of that characteristic equation. So let us see how to tabulate the coefficient of characteristic equation. Let us consider a general characteristic equation, that is a naught into s power n plus a1 into s power n minus 1, a2 into s power n minus 2, etc. till an, that is equal to 0. This is the general characteristic equation. Here this a naught, a1, a2, an, these are all the coefficient of this characteristic equation. Making use of all these coefficients, we need to write or construct the Routh array. So this is the Routh array. So the coefficient of the coefficients can be used to form these first two rows. So directly from the characteristic equation, we are going to consider the coefficients a0, a1, a2, a3, a4 like that, and complete this two rows of the Routh array. So how we are going to write it? So first coefficient must be in the first column and the first row, and the second coefficient must be like this. And here the order, the Routh array order must be the maximum power. So consider the maximum power of this polynomial, that is n. S power, for example, if it is ax square plus bx plus 3, the maximum power of that polynomial, degree of that polynomial is in the ax square plus bx plus c. 2 is the maximum power. Similarly, n is the maximum power here. So consider s power n. Next, s power n minus 1 is, if n equal to 2, then it is 2 minus 1, that is s power 1, s power 0. Or if it is s power 9, s power 8, s power 7, s power 6, till s power 0 you need to write. So by using the polynomial or the characteristic equations coefficient, you need to form this array, and by making use of the coefficient of characteristic equation, you need to fill the first two rows. That is the coefficient highest order s power n is the highest order polynomial. So the coefficient of s power n is a0, and the second coefficient is a1, that you need to write in the second row, first column, first element, and the third coefficient must be written in the second column, first row, and the fourth one is second column, second row. Next, fourth element must be written in the first row, third column. Next, fifth coefficient, sixth coefficient, seventh coefficient. Based on the characteristic equation, you need to note down all the coefficient in the first two rows itself. You should not any coefficient from the characteristic equation in any other rows. You need to complete in the first two rows itself. After that, how we are going to get this b1, b2, b3, c1, c2, c3? Let us see that next. So this is the Routh array. We have written this from the maximum order to s power 0. First two rows are filled with the coefficient of characteristic equation, and we need to concentrate on this third row. Have you got this b1? So from these two rows, the next rows can be obtained as follows. b1 can be obtained by multiplying this a1 a2 minus a0 a3 divided by first element of the second row. Okay, so that b1 is, you'll get b1 from multiplying a1 a2 minus a0 a3 divided by a1. Next, how will you get b2? a1 a4 minus a0 a5 divided by a1 itself. Next, how will you get b3? That is a1 a6 a0 a7 divided by a1. So in the denominator, the first element of the second row should be there. Should not change the denominator. So in all the three elements, the denominator is same, that is a1. Only thing is the multiplied factors must be change depending on the position. So this is B1, B2, B3. How will you get C1? So now B1 into A3 minus A1 into B2 divided by B1. See, B1 into A3 minus A1 into B2 divided by B1. Similarly, how will you get C2? C2 can be obtained from B1 into A5 and A1 into B3 divided by B1. So this is how we can get C2. And C3 is also obtained from B1 into A7, A1 into, there is no coefficient. You can't get C3 here. Or you can write 0 here and you can multiply A1 into 0. If there is no element here, means you can write 0 in place of it. But it must be the last element. So this is the method to write a Ruth array based on the Ruth